OK, Carol, thank you very much indeed. Go and hide behind the sofa because it all gets a bit scary now.
We're quite nervous about this, aren't we, John? Yeah. From terrifying public information films to unsettling children's TV programmes, watching the telly in the 1970s and 80s could be a very weird and sometimes scary experience.
And now, as we approach Halloween, those nightmarish old shows are fuelling a nostalgia boom. So we sent our Jane McCobbin to find out more, as long as she promised not to talk to strangers or fly a kite near a pylon.
Never.
As a child, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I seem to remember Jigsaw being particularly scary. Mr. Nosybong, Doctor Who, that was terrifying.
Hello, Word Watchers.
Big responsibility, saving the universe every Saturday.
There was a kind of attitude that kids wouldn't be really that frightened of things.
John, we're through here, mate.
Actor John Thompson was raised on scares, and he's still hooked.
It's a bit of a rotten start, that, really, but I'm sure we can edit it.
So tonight, he's on stage recording the Scarred for Life podcast, dedicated to the TV trauma of Gen X childhoods.
We have this thing at Scarred for Life called the 4:45 Club. The concept being that at 4:15 you get Sooty show, Michael Bentine's potty time. 4:45, the gloves are off, it's the watershed for kids, you've got all sorts of terrifying programmes.
There was also, at weekends, between the banana splits and all the cartoons, terrifying public information films.
Properly terrifying.
Proper terrifying, but they did the job.
I am the spirit of dark and lonely water.
The warnings came in thick and fast. Farm accidents. Stranger danger.
He can look like just anybody.
And who can forget? Electric pylons.
If you were to put certificates on these things, really, they would be more like 15s.
You all right, Sharon? Yeah, I think so.
It had to have a lasting impact.
I feel like the generation of kids that grew up between the 60s and the 80s is the haunted generation. We were the kids that were affected by the weirdness of our childhood television.
And if anyone's been brave enough to follow these shadows into the woods, it's this man.
Bob!
Bob Fischer.
Just straight off the back of the psychedelic revolution. We've all got colour tellies. We see this stuff at the same time. If you're a kid, you go to school the next morning and you absolutely pick this stuff to death. Even the stuff that wasn't intended to outright scare you just seeped in somewhere.
How many childhood fever dreams were filled with this soundtrack? Today, Bob Fischer's childhood chills have been turned into stories on vinyl for grown-ups.
Patchwuff, patch.
Tales to capture the eerie, the folky, the faintly unsettling, with writing partner Andrew T. Smith and musical partner Sandra Kerr. She wrote the music for Bagpuss.
Our memories of Bagpuss are so weird.
And Bagpuss was wide awake.
In the 70s, there was this whole idea about childhood to play safely with danger. If they don't have weirdness and oddness in their childhood in a safe way, what happens to them when they get weirdness and danger later in their lives? How do they deal with it? We will gunge it, then we'll sponge it. That is better now, don't you think?
It's still weird. It's still weird.
I can't go. I want a mug of warm milk, please. Thanks, Sandra.
So here we are in the video shop, and this is the little bit of time travel, isn't it? There's nowhere else like this, if you remember.
70s kids had to grow up fast, thanks to this, the VHS. Still alive here in Toxteth, in one of the UK's last video shops.
The interesting thing is that Margaret Thatcher cited the Toxteth riots as a part of the degradation of society that had come about because of the video nasties.
Because of
horror tapes at home, and now society's falling apart.
There was moral panic.
These films not only affect young people, but I believe they affect adults as well.
MPs watched horrors in Parliament.
It was so offensive and so appalling that some members had to leave the room.
Legislation soon enforced age limits.
Anybody could go into the video shop and hire out the thing, which is genuinely terrifying. And here we can see a copy of it. It has got no age certificates.
But the hammy effects of back then are finding a new audience now.
For you, it's the old horrors, not the new horrors. Why?
I would say mostly because of the practical effects.
You mean like a real monster that somebody's built?
It's on the set, it's with them, it's with the cast, and it's terrifying and it's uneasy to watch. I just feel like films today lack that.
Evelyn Hollop, you weren't even born back then, but this is the stuff you love.
I was born in '93, but I was lucky enough to grow up with all the good stuff, I think what kids are exposed to now is not horror movies or horror TV shows, but actual real-life horror. The things that they should be getting exposed to are, horror cartoons.
And she nearly got eaten up.
Animated things that do touch on these topics of death and, yes, sometimes, gruesome things, but it's fake. Because that is where true horror and artistry is, but that's where the horror is storytelling and comfort, rather than it trying to be scarier than anything you read on the news on a Monday morning.
Dark tales thrive in times of turmoil.
SOS, find my Daleks!
They did back then just as they do now.
It might be horrific, it might be scary, but at the time, it brought kind of a comfort to you. It's that nostalgia that people are seeking out because it made them feel happy. It takes them back to a time when things weren't as bad.
Yesterday's nightmares, today's nostalgia. A safe thrill in an unsafe world.
Don't go into the cellar!
Jane McCubbin, BBC News.
That clown. Scary.
Scary.
The little girl.
I think the public information films were scarier, though. Not that I ever watched a horror film. I wasn't allowed.